From inside Ralph Engelstad Arena, it's time for North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry. I'm your host, Dan Hammer. On tonight's show, we'll review North Dakota's opening weekend in the regular season, a win and a tie at the Icebreaker Invitational. We'll go on the ice and hear from new UND assistant coach Matt Shaw in action at a UND practice, and we'll sit down and visit with freshman forward Brock Besser. North Dakota defeated Lake Superior State 5-2 and tied Maine 1-1 to win the Icebreaker Invitational. We're back with head coach Brad Berry. Brad, good to be back with you again. Pretty good weekend for your hockey team.
Yeah, it was a pretty good weekend. It's a good starting point for our group, and it's great to be back in Grand Forks again here.
Your style of play this weekend was very aggressive, very up-tempo.
Yeah, we had attack mentality from the get-go. It's probably not the start we wanted on Friday night,
right?
But the outcome is what we wanted, and it carried over to Saturday, and I thought we were in attack mode from there on in.
Is some of that style and some of the aggressiveness that we're seeing part of your fingerprints on this hockey team?
Well, you know what, I think going forward, want to be a little bit more aggressive with the puck and then also without the puck as far as tracking back in the neutral zone. And again, when you're on your toes, you're going to play your best game. It's when you're sitting back, and there's sometimes where you have to do that. But we want to, for the most part, be attack mode.
Well, it was entertaining and an aggressive style of play as UND gets a win and a tie. And coming up, we're going to take a look at the highlights. We'll kick it off with North Dakota's win over Lake Superior State next.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry on Midco Sports Network is presented by RydellCars.com, Sue Shop at Ralph Engelstad Arena, and Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Welcome back. North Dakota spent the weekend in Portland, Maine for the Icebreaker Invitational. Brad, let's take a look at your highlights from Lake Superior State, a Friday afternoon game here in Portland, Maine. And your hockey team taking the ice, and not the start of the hockey game that you were looking for over the first 5.5 minutes.
No, you're exactly right. There was a disallowed goal early on that got us on our heels a little bit, and then we proceeded to give up the next two before we called a timeout here. So again, there's a shot going in for their second goal. I think we called a timeout right away after that to try to get us going again.
Well, and your team really responded off the timeout because you started dictating play following the timeout, and we're making a lot of plays in the offensive end.
Yeah, you know what? We wanted to reset. We wanted to get going again, stay with our game plan, and I thought we did. And once we did that, our game got rolling, and all four lines, all six defensemen contributed.
Real crisp breakouts, getting through the defensive zone, through center ice, and into the attack zone here.
Yep, transition was a key for us about having quick, sharp movement up the ice and also players at the net. We didn't get nearly enough net front early on, and then eventually we got plays to the net, bodies to the net, and ended up capitalizing here.
Nick Schmaltz in the middle, a lot of it there, a feed to Bryn Chiswick from the far corner. 17 shots on goal in the first period. Move to the second period now in just a minute, 23 into the period. Net front presence leading to your first goal.
That's exactly what we talked about. We came out after the first period, we said nobody's getting to the net. They were making a lot of saves. We needed bodies in front of the net, and as you can see here, a puck eventually got there. Gersich with a little tip, and then eventually the puck went in the net. So net front was a big deal.
Shane Gersich, his first career goal. What did you see out of him over the weekend?
Energy, quick player, up and down the ice. That line's exciting.
All right, later in the second period, then you're on the power play. You're going to get a goal here with Keaton Thompson. What did you think of the power play overall this weekend?
What? I thought it was good. I thought the biggest thing is when we win a draw, shot first mentality. That's what we want, establish a shot, and again, good net front again. So again, good start to the power play.
You tie the game here, and then you get over the hump. You're going to take your first lead and never look back. Just 47 seconds after Keaton Thompson's goal. Here's Austin Pagansky working hard, then getting to the front of the net and taking a feed from Johnny Simonson.
Yeah, you can't say enough things about Austin. His game's elevated over the course of the year here, and you see the tenacity there, just staying on a puck. And not just staying on it, but having the presence of mind of us getting the puck back. He gets to the net front, which again, we started to get better at, and he gets rewarded for it.
You hit the word right there, I think, with Pogo, tenacity.
Yeah, tenacity, that's what he is. And when you got a guy like that leading the way, everybody else follows.
2 goals in the span of 47 seconds to give your team the first lead of the night. Here's an important stop by Cam Johnson, who really settled in after giving up a couple early ones, because this stop will come less than a minute after you had taken the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we might have been on a power play here, and we just had a little bit of a loose coverage there, and he makes a huge save. That's all about momentum.
Now, during the timeout, I heard you told him on the bench, no more after the first 2.
Yeah, well, I guess you could say that. Just tried to reset our team a little bit and challenge him a little bit, and he responded.
He sure did. He stopped all 21 shots he faced over the final 40 minutes of the hockey game. Your penalty kill, another winning edge for you here. Going to work late in the second period as he killed off the 5-minute major.
Yeah, you know what? The biggest thing was keep that thing rolling. We killed the whole 5-minute major off, and eventually we end up getting a shorthanded goal too on it. And again, you have to win a special teams battle every single night in order to win games.
They actually outshot Lake Superior State while you were killing off the 5-minute major penalties. So that's always a good sign. Third period, the penalty killer's at it again, and for killing off for nearly a full 5-on-3, and Troy Stetcher comes out of the box and then sets up Chiswick for the goal.
Yeah, you know, a great play, a great awareness as far as where guys are, and again, Chiz finishing off a great play there.
So that made it 4-2. Chiswick later would add a late goal for a 5-2 win. A very strong effort. Once you called that timeout, less than 6 minutes into the game, you go on for the win, and your players were reflecting on their battle mentality afterwards.
You know what, we had a rough start there, but I thought we got better as the first period went on. I think just to start the second period, we just want to play our hockey, not care about the score, just get playing our game, and I thought if we did that, things would take care of themselves, which they did. So we got back to the way we wanted to play, which was the objective of the first intermission.
So we just got settled in and started making the right plays and getting in front of their goalie so he couldn't see it, and then getting the right chances. So I think we just stuck with our game plan, and then we just believed in it, so that really worked out for us.
We got a team that likes to battle. You know, when we're down a couple goals or a goal there, we'll battle back. You know, we don't hang our heads or anything, and you know those guys have my back, so that's a great feeling.
Coach, we fast forward to Saturday evening, and you're playing the Maine Black Bears, the host of this tournament. What were some of your emphasis points going into this game coming off of Fridays?
Well, first of all, the main point to our team is better start. We needed a better start tonight, and obviously see the black jerseys, and that got our boys going a little bit too, and every time we bring out the black.
Something about those black jerseys, Coach.
Yeah, they love it. They love it.
And you got the strong start. My goodness, you had a lot of good things going early and often in this game.
Yeah, we did. Again, our entries I thought were the key as far as our sharpness there, and obviously getting some chances early. Didn't bury a lot, but we had a lot of chances.
Here's Drake Kajula getting setting up Troy Stetcher rather, and Nick Schmaltz was good all weekend, but Saturday night he was dominant in stages.
Yeah, he was. He's powerful. He made plays, as you can see here, to Brock, and anytime that you have Nick going and playing the way he is, we're going to have success.
Yeah. Maine had just 3 shots on goal in the first period, but Cam Johnson stopped a couple of grade A opportunities.
He did. He wasn't called on a lot early, but they were good chances, and he had to be sharp early. And as you can see in that situation right there, great glove hand save, and he was sharp.
Yeah, that save came with 50 seconds left in the first period as he stopped Dane Gibson. Go to the second period now. Power play, and it starts with getting the puck to the point and throwing it in front.
Yeah, we saw that in the Friday game about winning a draw, getting to the net, having good net front, and again, Chris Wilkie doing the net front, but great strong stick there to tap it in.
Yeah, Wilkie very strong in his skates, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's a strong body, a powerful body.
He gets his first career goal here to make it 1-0, and then shortly after the goal, again, Cam Johnson's going to preserve the lead here as he stops Blaine Byron deep in the slot.
Yeah, again, an entry play that Maine had here. We do a little indirect play that gets knocked down by the referee. Unfortunate bounce by us, but again, our goaltender was there for it, and that was a tough save.
Yeah, Maine ties it up on the power play, and Troy Stetcher will be the first one to admit he never really makes this type of play, but this time he did.
No, you know what, and I told him that after the game. I mean, he's a guy that's a reason why we have success on most nights here.
Right.
Again, I felt bad for him. He said, shake that off, I could move on. Let's move forward here.
You nearly get the lead back on the ensuing faceoff here, Coach.
Yeah, exactly right. We pressure here hard, and nice little play across, and again, their goaltender played well too. So again, both goaltenders kept everybody in the game.
So it's 1-1 here as we head to the third period, and you keep the pressure on in the third period, generating 18 more shots on goal.
Yeah, and you can see there the transition from our end of the rink to their end of the rink as far as moving pucks quick and getting pucks to the net with bodies at the net. And again, it was unfortunate we didn't get rewarded for an extra point here, but just playing good offensively.
Yeah, Brock Besser was tremendous on Saturday night, 8 shots on goal. Just could not get another puck by Rob McGovern, who, give a little credit, Maine goaltender played pretty well in this game.
Yeah, he did. He settled in and he was sharp. And again, like I said, this is going to be a learning point for us. This was late in overtime, I believe. Had a great opportunity to win a game, and again, I told our guys, we get those opportunities, we'll bury those eventually.
Yeah, Paul Ledoux, you saw Brock Besser crash in the paint, going airborne there with some net front presence, and you outshoot Maine 6-2 in the overtime. Again, it ends up in a 1-1 tie, but overall pretty happy, aren't you?
Pretty happy, going out there and obviously winning the Icebreaker tournament, first time in a long time doing that, and bringing home the hardware. and just said to our boys, let's stay with it and let's keep being an attack going.
Let's hear from your players following the game against Maine.
He played great tonight. I got to give him that. We just needed to find a few moves up, get it by him, but I don't know, we got a lot of shots in that. That's what we want to do, so I thought overall we played pretty well.
You know, we didn't play much in the D zone, and that's our goal every night. We want to be in and out of there quick, breaking pucks out quick.
The battle level we had all game was unbelievable, and just says a lot about the character about this team that nothing will stop us, and we'll just keep going and working hard until the buzzer.
Coming up next on North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry, we'll hit the ice with new UND assistant coach Matt Shaw.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry on Midco Sports Network is presented by RydellCars.com, Sue Shop at Ralph Ingolstadt Arena, and Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Matt Shaw knew he would have a big interest in UND hockey this year. His son Hayden was coming to UND, but as it works out, the two are here. Matt, the new assistant coach, Hayden, the young freshman.
It's on, it's in, it's on, it's in. It's your spot. That's it.
I mean, I don't think I ever aspired to coach in college again, but this one place is special.
Matt Shaw's career path changed on the morning of May 18th. Before being introduced as head coach, Brad Berry made phone calls to the incoming freshman class, an act of goodwill in light of the coaching change. One call was to Shaw, whose son Hayden was an incoming freshman defenseman.
At the end of the conversation we were having in regards to what was going to go on with the program, he kind of just, at the end, kind of threw a little party thing out there, and I hung up and I went, wait, what? You know, and so he got my gears turning.
It turns out Matt was being recruited to join Berry's staff.
You know, he just kind of threw something out there. He wanted to see if I was going to bite, maybe, and that got my gears turning. And then we had subsequent conversations over the next period of time.
So wait for help, rather than flip it out for an I hope play. Exactly, because then you're just giving the puck back to them, and we're not in position to cover that. So just wait to fight another day. Just hold it, eat it. You'll wait. You'll get numbers around it. We're good again.
Where North Dakota works into it, me, is that, you know, I'm not the head coach, but I still feel like, you know, the three of us have to go out and you know, recruit players. So we, you know, I still feel like we have a say-so, or I have a say-so in the players that we bring and the style that we want to play, which is great. And that's you know, that's just attributed to Brad and Dane's style to be welcome and want to know what you know, my thoughts on things.
Both times, shot come and we're going to try to tip it. What's easier for you? Okay, so stay in here. If it's coming here, tip it. Just find a way to tip it. Let it go under your arm through your leg.
At the NHL level, from an assistant standpoint, you just don't have as much impact on the group. You know, contracts kind of really spell out who's going to be there, who's not going to be there, and those guys are making a lot of money and have a lot of term. So it's not so much a dictatorship as it is at lower levels. It's more a partnership and an agreement about how you're going to play.
Nice! That's it, Chiz. Love it. Right on. Just throw it there. Tough on a goalie, huh?
I think that's one of the benefits of working with different people. You'll find things that they do, that they believe in, that you haven't seen work. You might disagree with, and you know, I've changed my convictions about a lot of different coaching things. Working with Todd McClellan for 7 years, working with Pete DeBoer, watching how Lou Lamoriello operates.
If you got a good screen and the goalie just drops, you got to be able to pick those spots just like you did. So, yep.
At the end of the day, I wish I could tell people that I planned this. I wish I could tell people that I planned to be in the USHL when my son was there, and it just didn't work that way. It just happened this way. But there's no question that this is a special spot.
Coach, as you could see in the piece on Matt Shaw, he loves teaching the game.
He's a great teacher. He's all about detail and structure and focus. One thing you notice about Matt, when he comes into the rink, he's all business. When he leaves the rink, then there's a smile on his face and there's relaxation. But when he comes into the rink, there's a teacher.
Yeah. And I think he's really relishing in the role to be back in college hockey, where again, you're teaching, you're coaching, and feeling like you're having a big-time impact on players, compared to the pro game, which is a little different.
Absolutely. You know, these kids are sponges here. They want to learn. They want to get better. They want to get to the next level. Matt's been there. He can offer a lot of advice to players on what to do going down the road.
Great addition to your staff.
Yeah, you got to add to our group, whether you're a player or a coach, and he adds to our group.
Coming up next, we'll sit down with freshman forward Brock Besser.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Barry on Midco Sports Network is presented by RydellCars.com, Sue Shop at Ralph Ingolstadt Arena, and Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
It's time to chat with another member of this year's incoming freshman class. We're chatting with forward Brock Besser. Brock, welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
How are things here early in your career at the University of North Dakota?
It's been great so far. School's been a little different than high school. Got to work a lot harder, but other than that, the transition's been going well.
You've had so much experience at a lot of levels, including the international level. How invaluable has the experience at the international level been to this point of your career?
It's been great. Just kind of at a young age going overseas and kind of experienced that with a ton of different players from around the States. And then just playing against guys from other countries, it's just been great. You just kind of get a feel for how other countries play, and I don't know, it's just an experience that lasts a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about your game a little bit. A very well-rounded game, and obviously reflected by the fact that you were a first-round draft pick this past summer. But tell us about your game and how do you see your development currently?
Yeah, I like to think of myself as a two-way player, kind of mix of a power forward and skill forward. With the high compete level, has a heavy shot. And then just kind of going further than that, I want to get faster, kind of explosiveness on my first three strides, and then just kind of have quicker decision making.
Would you say you're a finisher or a creator or some of both?
I'd say I'm more of a finisher.
More of a finisher. As I said, you were a first-round draft pick this summer in the NHL. What kind of experience, what kind of thrill was that to be on the stage at that moment?
It's a dream come true. There's really no words that can describe it. It was just emotional time, and it's just hard to explain.
Why North Dakota? There were some decisions you had made earlier. You changed your decision at one point, decided on North Dakota. Why did you think UND was the right fit for you, Brock?
First of all, just the tradition here. It's just unreal, and no other school tops it. Second, the coaching staff was phenomenal when they recruited me. Felt comfortable with all of them. And then third, just the facilities and everything and the development that they have to offer here. To just, you as a player, go use all the facilities and get better.
I would imagine that's a real drawing point, knowing that as much as you want to put into it time-wise in terms of your development, the coaching staff, the facilities are there for you to do it.
Yeah, the coaches just push you super hard every day, and then just the facilities. A lot of NHL guys say it's better than their facilities, so it's just an honor to kind of just be a part of this tradition here and just have all those facilities we can use.
You know that you personally and this freshman class can have an impact this season. Probably will have to have an impact if the team's going to do well. You relish that role?
Oh yeah, I knew that from the start. All of us knew that from the start. So we all just want to come to the rink every day, work hard, and hopefully help out the team a lot.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Barry on Midco Sports Network is presented by RydellCars.com, Sue Shop at Ralph Ingolstadt Arena, and Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Welcome back to North Dakota Hockey with Brad Barry. Bemidji State on the schedule this weekend. Coach, a home-and-home series. You'll play at Bemidji State on Friday night and here inside the Ralph on Saturday night. What are some of your working points for your team this week?
Well, I think preparation and being ready. You know, obviously coming after a successful weekend, winning the tournament out east, we want to have our mindset of being even keel and having that work ethic again. We have some things to work on in practice here that we're going to get to right away on Monday, but just that level of compete that we want to have and that intensity.
Solid win for Bemidji State to open the season, beating second-ranked Duluth 3-2 on the weekend.
Yeah, you know what, from the sounds of it, Duluth was all over them early. They held their ground and they got better as the game went on. And we found that out. We last year in our first non-conference game against Bemidji, they came in here and shocked us and got us into our game. So again, we'll have to be ready because every year they're a perennial hard team to play against.
Michael Bitzer seems like a goaltender that's playing with confidence again here to begin the season after a great second half of the season last year.
Yeah, Michael Bitzer has done a great job for them. coming in there and backstopping them. And again, anytime you have a goaltender that can make saves, it helps your team and gets you grounded.
Yeah. Anything specifically with the matchup against them that you're looking for this weekend?
Well, you know, I think a key to our success is having 4 lines that we can roll. Energy is a big deal for us. When we want to play attack hockey, we have to roll 4 lines and our 6 defensemen getting out there. So again, everybody's going to get into the game and they have to be ready.
All right, very good, Brad. Good luck this weekend in the home and home series against Bemidji State. We'll review it next weekend here on the show. We'll have Saturday's game live for you here on Midco Sports Network. Hope you can join me, Jake Brandt, and Katie Hale for North Dakota Bemidji State hockey on Saturday night. And we'll see you next week for another edition of North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry.
It's quiet now, but that won't last. Places like this weren't built to be empty. When the lights come up and the clock starts, then this place, this space, a carnival of sight and sound, mayhem in motion, elegance and emotion, coaches, athletes, teammates, united as one, competing for a chance at glory. And when glory has come, we will be there.